Greetings, everybody. How are you today? I hope you are well and happy and always mindful and always practicing meditation and mindfulness. This is the true way of true happiness, real happiness. This happiness you gain from keeping your mind calm and peaceful. If you have any question today, please let me know now. Can you hear me okay? How's the audio? How's the visual? Let me know, please. If this is your first time to join us, please let us know where you come from. I shall begin with your first comment. The comment before this I did not see, so you have to forgive me for that. The first comment on my screen is Fat Choi Chong. Sadhu Sadhu Ajahn. Inilam Sadhu. Kenneth Han, good morning, Ajahn. You are clear. Thank you, Kenneth. Hope you are well and happy. Sun Hin Yo, Sadhu Sadhu. Eli Hassan, sound clear, Ajahn. Thank you. Sun Hin Yo, audio and video. Ama Ayugui, hello, Ajahn. You sound very clear. Thanks. Vivek Manga Onka. Namaskaran, Ajahn. Hope you are in good health. I am Vivek from India. I won't be able to join this session. You are joining now. Nice to hear from you though. If you have to do something else, it's okay. Angel Pui, good morning, Ajahn. Tony Yap, hello, Ajahn. Angel Pui, the sound is not clear. Is this the only person who said the sound is not clear? How's the sound to the other people? Is the sound okay to other people? Please let me know. This is the first person who said the sound is not clear. Namaskaran, Ajahn, from Medan, Indonesia. Nabiti. Angel Pui from Luxembourg, how are you? Fine, thank you. Good boy. Hope you are happy and well and forever young, forever beautiful. Pasana Chunasevi, Namaskaran, Venerable. Ajahn, audio and visual are very good. I'm still practicing mindfulness and wisdom. Thank you. Bobby NG Kim Tien, sound is clear from Singapore. Sunlan Q, Dear Ajahn, I can hear you clearly. Just have some background sound. Okay. Thank you. Vivek Mangaonka. If a person is not having parent permission, is it a bad karma to abandon parents and become a monk to make end of suffering? Can one just stay as a samanera? You can practice and still abandon suffering in the form of being a lay person or being a samanera. You don't always have to be a monk to practice Dhamma. So you can always practice sila, samadhi, and panya, whichever you are, a lay person, an ordained person, doesn't matter. What matters is the practice. If you practice, you will get rid of your suffering. Anthony Chan, Ajahn Vivek just now got question. Click see more to see his question. Thank you, I just read his question. Check link hand, greeting Tanajan, your sound is clear. Thank you, Check. Naomi Jonas, sound is good, thank you, Naomi. Kenneth Hunt, all is clear, thank you, Tanajan. This session is a perfect way to start a day of practice. You're welcome. The best way to start the practice is be mindful. Mindfulness is the key to success in your practice. So try to stay mindful. Keep your mind in the present. Stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about the future. Stop thinking about everything, unless you really have to think about it. Otherwise, just be merely knowing what you are doing right now. If the mind is stubborn and wants to keep thinking, you can use the mantra, Bhutto, 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 to stop it. Ong Eng Eng, Sadhu, Sadhu. Leong Yu Ming, good morning and Suki Ho to Ajahn. Metta from Malaysia. Kim Boon Chu, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Angel Puig, I am okay, thanks. Actually, I was just finished praying and meditation. Thank you, Ajahn, for teaching us. You're welcome. Aranut Nui, good morning, Ajahn. I saw a group of monks with layperson in a buffet, barbecue and hot pot restaurant, and monks cook food for themselves. Under normal circumstances, no. Monks are not supposed to be cooking food. Food should be prepared and offered to monks so that monks can have time to meditate and study the Dhamma teaching. But under some unusual circumstances, like there is nobody to serve you, to cook the food for you, then you might have to do it. But this is very rare. Not in Thailand anyway. But if you are in a foreign country and no Buddhist lay people to support you, sometimes you might have to do your own cooking. So usually for Theravada monk, if they have to go to a foreign place, they usually have some lay people to accompany them, so the lay people can then do the cooking for them. Sammy Riachi, good morning, Tanajan. If parents don't do their duties toward their children, can children also renounce their duties toward their parents? No, not unless you really wanted to and you are full of hatred for them. Otherwise, you should forgive them for not being able to do their duties. But they still create you, your body. Without them, you will not have your body today. So this is enough of the duty as a parent already, to create a new body for you. But if under some circumstances they are not able to raise you, maybe they have to abandon you after birth or give it to an orphanage, you should not hate them for that. You should still be thankful for them for giving you your body. And if you can do your duty toward them when you see them again, you should do it. This is metta. This is dana. So don't let anger overwhelm your duty as a son or daughter. Without a parent, without a father and a mother, you cannot be born. So you should always think of this fact and be thankful for that. Then you will not abandon them. Look at the Buddha when he was born. After 7 days, his real mother passed away. But the Buddha never forgot her. Even she didn't raise him or do any duty as a mother. He was raised by the stepmother. But after his enlightenment, he looked for her to share her the Dhamma that he had known. And then when he found her in heaven, he taught her the Dhamma for 3 months until she became enlightened, become a Sotapanna. So as a child to their parent, his or her parent, you have a duty to look after them, to care for them if they need your help. Good morning, Ajahn from China, from Chinese character. I'm sorry, I cannot read Chinese character. Sandy Lim, good afternoon, Ajahn Suchart. Stay healthy so we can learn the Dhamma from you. Sadhu, sadhu. Vivek Mangaonga. After practicing 32 body parts, if one overcomes sexual desire, is it still necessary to practice 4-element meditation? If yes, why? Yes, because it's for different purpose. The 32 parts of the body is to get rid of your sexual desire. But the 4-element meditation will get rid of the self in the body. You'll find that there is no self in the body. There is no you in the body. What's in the body are made up of the 4 elements. Of the elements of earth, water, fire, and wind. That's what the body is made of. There is no you in the body. There is no self in the body. Sami Vihachi. Even without parents' permission, we can still ordain as bhikkhu. During the ceremony, when asked about parents' permission, you can answer by miccha-ditthi. If your desire for ordain is supreme, is paramount, if you want to lie, no one can stop you from lying. And once you become a monk, you cannot be asked to disrobe for the reason that you lie to become a monk. Only when you break the 4 supreme bad karma of killing, of claiming yourself to be something that you are not, of stealing money, and of sexual intercourse. Otherwise, you cannot be disrobed once you are disrobed. Decide what happens if your parents die, when there are no parents, or if you're old. I think this is for people who is about 20 years old, who still live under the supervision of their parents. But once you are on your own, you don't rely on your parents anymore for their supervision. I think you don't really need to have their permission. But this depends on the upachaya, the person who will ordain you, whether he see it like I see it or not, I don't know. Kim Bun Chu, Sadhu. Vivek Mangaonga. I am able to maintain mindfulness with 32 body part meditation. My Muslim remain calm. not many thoughts disturb me. So I still need to get into samadhi from time to time, or only when thinking starts overpowering. I think you should get into samadhi every day, and almost all the time if it's possible, because you don't know when the mind will become restless and agitated. So you want to practice samadhi all the time until you become proficient in getting your mind to become calm at any time, any place. Then after that, you might don't have to enter into samadhi all the time. But you still need to, because samadhi is a place of resting for the mind, the place where you regenerate your strength to deal with your defilements and to support the practice of vipassana or wisdom. Jolinte Satu Satu Kendili dear Ajahn, it is advisable to chant Bhutto recitation out loud to calm the mind. Usually no, the reciting of Bhutto is to do mentally so that you don't disturb other people. But if you are alone and you find that you cannot recite mantra mentally, you can maybe recite softly with your voice, but preferably better to recite mentally, ideally. David Silananda, Satu Satu. All apprentice. There is more background noise than usual, but I can hear Ajahn very clearly from Singapore. Yes, we have rain right now. We've been raining from this morning until now. Today is a rainy day here, so the rain come and go. I hate to get up and walk to close the other window, because if I do, sometimes the camera becomes a blur, and I have to try to find ways of refocusing the picture. So I just let the sound alone for now, until it's to become overbearing. Susan Chu, Satu Satu. Calling soon, Satu Satu. Camila Ka, Satu Ka. A person with Chinese character, dear Ajahn, if after one session of metta meditation, what state of mind are we supposed to maintain even after the formal sitting? Mindfulness. You should always maintain mindfulness when you're not meditating. Always trying to keep your mind from thinking about things that you don't need to think about. Just keep your mind in the present. Focus on what you do. If you're eating, just be with the eating. If you're reading, be with the reading. If you're doing something, be with whatever you're doing. Don't let your mind go elsewhere. Keep being mindful until you can control your thoughts and get into samadhi anytime that you can. Once you can do that, after you come out of meditation, you can start contemplating on the three characteristics of existence by telling yourself that everything that you are interacting with are all impermanent. Whether what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch, everything is impermanent. Everything has no self. They are all natural phenomena. They cannot be controlled by you. So that you will learn to accept them and live with them for whatever they are, and not trying to change them or possess them. Because if you do, you will get dukkha. You will be stressful because they will try to leave you. They will change. They will not be the same all the time. Chin Vivian V Satu Satu. Gautama Y Sadhu, sadhu. Adeline Chin, good afternoon, Tanajan. How you are well? Happy listening in. Thank you. Calling soon. Can Ajahn talk about Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma is Dhamma. We are talking about Abhidhamma now. The real Abhidhamma is the three characteristics of existence. If you know the three characteristics of existence, you are dealing with the Abhidhamma. If you know the Four Noble Truths, you are dealing with the Abhidhamma already. That's all you need to know as far as the Abhidhamma is concerned. Abhidhamma is the wisdom part of the three types of training: Sila, Samadhi, and wisdom. So wisdom, but it's a little bit too far ahead for you because you can still not keep the precept perfectly, and you cannot practice Samadhi all the time yet. So it's useless to know all the Abhidhamma right now. You have to get through Samadhi first, get into jhana first, be able to enter into jhana anytime you want. And when you come out of jhana, your mind remain calm and have equanimity. If that's the case, then you can start studying the Abhidhamma, studying the three characteristics of existence, anicca, dukkha, anatta, and the Four Noble Truths, to see that stress or suffering is caused by your cravings. The way to get rid of your suffering is to stop your cravings by seeing that everything that you crave for is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Kenneth Tan Keyboard, greeting Ajahn. Greeting to you. Himlata, how to eliminate karmic obstacles. Wherever I try to meditate, some obstacles come, like I don't get time. Is it due to my karmic obstacle? No, it's due to your laziness or your non-commitment to the Dhamma practice. If you are truly committed to the Dhamma practice, nothing can stop you from doing it. So you have to be fully committed, 100% to the Dhamma practice, and nothing can stop you. But if you only acting in an amateur way, not fully committed, then things can become an obstacle to your practice. Acha Sunthon Pitak Sadhu Sadhuka. Liam Yu Meng, can Tanajan give a brief description of the holographic virtual reality of existence in this mundane world of us? Thank you, Tanajan Mehta. I'm not sure what the word holographic means. I haven't looked up the definition of the word holographic yet. So I don't think I can answer this question to you. If you say virtual reality of existence, it means that our reality is not real. Our reality are virtual. They are like bubbles. They will burst and disappear. They keep changing, they keep bursting. We have different bubbles every day. Today we have one bubble, a few bubbles, and then sooner or later it will burst and disappear. So our existence is really bubbles because of their impermanent nature, and because of the anatta nature. We cannot control bubbles from bursting, from disappearing. Juliana Q. O. Sadhu. Naomi Jonas. Dear Ajahn, in February-March I am going to a remote monastery in Canada. It will be very cold and there will be no phone connection, and the cabins are very secluded. I think it will be a good opportunity, but I have a fear of death while there, because I'm used to being able to use my phone in case of emergency. How should I deal with this fear of death? If I am faced with death, why there? Well, that's because you think you are safe here now. But in reality, you can die here at any time. Even if with the phone, with the hospital, and with all the help that can help you, you can still die wherever you are. So think like this, that death is always a possibility everywhere, regardless of where you go, because you cannot foresee the circumstances of your death. So don't worry about where you go. As long as you can keep breathing, you'll stay alive. Just keep watching your breath and stay focused and keep breathing, and you will not die. Should you stop breathing, then that's when your body stops functioning. And you still don't die because you are a spiritual being. You will then leave this body and go to a new body if you still have cravings. If you have no longer have any craving, then you'll go to Nibbana. So there's no need to be afraid of death. Death is just a transformation of your body from one body to the next. Like a transplant of the body, you change a new body. When the old body dies, then you go look for a new body. You are the spiritual being. You don't die with the body. So don't worry about death, because you can die right now where you are, and nobody can help you, even with the hospital next to you, with the telephone. Should you die, should your body stop functioning, nothing can help you. Think like this, then you will not be afraid of being in a remote place, because it's just the same. Death can happen anywhere, in a remote place or in a place where there are plenty of support. People still die. Nina Liu, Satu, Satu, Satu. Kwan Li Man, dear Ajahn, with respect. When my parents were alive, I spent a lot of time taking care of them until their last moment. I thought I am free, but now have to help taking care of a young nephew. I really wish to go for a proper retreat for a while. You can leave it with somebody when you go for the retreat. Or teach him how to looking care after himself. What happens should you die today? What's gonna happen to him? So you need to teach your nephew how to look after himself or herself. Then you can then be away whenever you like. You can help even if you are in a far place, in a distant place. You can send him or her the money, and they can look after themselves. Or if your nephew cannot look after himself, you can maybe hire somebody to do it for you while you are away. Think of it as using money for dana, for charity, so that you can go practice Dhamma. Chuk boy low, Satu, Satu. Bobby NG Kim Tien. What Ajahn view on the practice of crystal ball meditation, Namakaya Yannasangwararam. As temple is near my house. You should try it to see whether it works for you or not. Samma is like using Bhutto. If you like Samma, you can use that. As far as crystal ball, I'm not sure. I haven't heard this in the forest tradition. We don't use crystal ball to gaze. We use Bhutto, or the breath instead. You can watch the breath instead of crystal ball. Using crystal ball, it means you have to go look for a crystal ball. Why you go look for something when you already have something you can use, like your breath? You can use it all the time. NG Chung Tieng, Satu Satu. Joanne Lim Choi Ian, Satu Satu. Anthony Chan, Ajahn, I find samatha meditation and vipassana meditation hard for me. I prefer to do metta meditation. Just wishing everyone I have ever known in my life well and happy, while I dwell on the intense feeling of love. And I just do what I am good at, which is metta meditation. If you're happy with what you're doing, then it's up to you. But if you can do samatha meditation, you'll have more happiness, more peace, more calm. But if you're happy with meditation, with metta meditation, who to tell you not to or to stop you from doing it? Just do it. Do whatever you like. Sim Chun Luong. Good afternoon, Ajahn. Now then, many self-improvement books and video everywhere. What is Ajahn view on this? Sometimes I feel it is actually counterproductive, and Dhamma is actually the best self-improvement. You're right. Dhamma is the best self-improvement. So study the teaching of the Buddha and follow his teaching. Practice his teaching. Then you will improve yourself to be a better person, a happier person. I definitely recommend and guarantee you that you will improve. Your character, your happiness will improve. Wang Hu Xin, Satu Satu. EOC Satu. Hemlata M. What is meant by eternal? What is the meaning of it? Even Dhamma is not eternal. I'm not sure what you are talking about here. Eternal means forever. Lasting forever is called eternal. And there are 6 things in the entire world that exist forever. They are the 6 great elements. The elements of earth, water, wind, fire, space, and knowing element or the mind. These are the 6 things that exist forever. They never disappear. They always remain. But when they come to form together like a body, they will form temporarily, and sooner or later they will then separate. Like our body and mind are made up of the 6 elements, and one day these 6 elements will separate. Then this body, it will disappear. Limbi Li, Satu Satu Ajahn. Hemlata M, Satu Satu. Upui Kumara, Satu. Leong Yu Meng, thank you, Tan Ajahn, for the enlightening answer on the virtual reality of existence. Metta from Malaysia, you're welcome. Ananda T, Satu Satu. Mandy Smith, Satu Satu. Eli Hassan. Eli Hassan, thank you, Ajahn. Keep on practicing something. I have a little thing blocking your okay. Thank you for your virtual teaching. Watching. I skip a lot. I have to come back here, okay. Ali Hassan, thank you, Ajahn, for teaching. We'll keep on practicing. To Dhamma friends, see you all again in next online Dhamma sharing. In the meantime, stay safe and happy. Sadhu, sadhu. Simon Yeo, dear Ajahn, I see a lot of social injustices happening in my country, such as corruption and workers being exploited unfairly. Sometimes I feel angry at the perpetrators and yet powerless to help the victim in need. What can I do to calm my mind? You have to understand this is the nature of the world under the influence of the defilements. See, when you are greedy, then you want to grab as much as possible for yourself without worrying, without caring for other people. So you exploit people in order to make you feel, to make yourself rich, to make you have power, to make you happy. This is the way of the defilement. Unfortunately, this is the way of the world. That's why we don't want to return to this type of the world. That's why we have to keep practicing sila, samadhi, and wisdom. Then one day we will not come back and join this world any longer. You cannot change this world. This is the way it is. It has been like this, and it is like this, and it will always be like this in the future. Because this is the place, the world habited by the people with kilesa or defilement. Tony Satu, Naomi Jonas, thank you for this answer. You're welcome. Hong Kiong Chio, Satu. Leong Yu Meng, how can one consistently maintain the quality of Kaya Kata Sati in our daily life? Thank you, Ajahn. You have to live alone, to be alone, and then it will be easy for you to maintain this quality of mindfulness all the time. If you are living with other people, if you're working and doing things, you will not be able to maintain true mindfulness of the body. Because you have to think, you have to talk, you have to deal with people and things. But when you are alone, then you don't have to do that. Then you can always focus on your body, every movement of your body. Alisa Teng, good afternoon, Ajahn. Megawati Lao, Satu, Satu. Wa Chiong, Satu, Satu, Ajahn. Thank you for your virtual teaching. You're welcome. Bobby, NG, Kim Tien, thanks. Botan Ajahn, please reply. Satu. Sim Chun Leong, thank you, Ajahn. Additional to my previous question, is obsessing with self-improvement a contradiction to the teaching of no self? As self-improvement is like trying to make oneself more powerful and important. Now, in Buddhism, we also teach us to improve ourselves, but in terms of virtue, in terms of morality, in terms of loving kindness, we should improve these qualities in us because they are good qualities. They are the qualities that will enrich our life with happiness and peace. It's not making self-improvement, the quality within the mind. It's not self-improvement, but in terms of our existence, we call it self-improvement. But really, we're just improving the quality, the good qualities in the mind. Like metta, karuna, mudita, ubekha, for instance. Anandati, sadhu, sadhu. Michael Saw, good afternoon, Ajahn. Good afternoon to you. Simon Yo, thank you, Ajahn, for your advice. You are welcome. Alisa Teng, Ajahn, I read your Facebook Q&A where there is more jhana beyond fourth jhana. I understand you said we only need fourth jhana to get enlightened. Do I interpret correctly? Yes, you don't have to go to the fifth or higher level of jhana. The fourth jhana is sufficient to give you enough equanimity to support your struggle with your defilements, your greed, hate, and delusion. My question is, can we control not going beyond fourth jhana and get connected to other being beyond fourth jhana? Yes, you can by using mindfulness. You have to use stronger mindfulness to go higher than the fourth jhana. So if you don't force your mindfulness, then you can stay in the fourth jhana. If you want to go deeper, you have to be more mindful. Vasana, Mun Prakam, Mun Prakom, Sadhu Sadhu. Person with Chinese character, thank you Ajahn for your advice. You're welcome. Sim Chun Leong, Sadhu Sadhu. Question from Seth from the Philippines. Can I be a monk like you even without going to your monastery? I want to experience living a simple life like you. Would help me. In order to become a monk, you need to be ordained by a community of monks and learn to live the way of a monk first before you can go live alone. Monks have to be trained in the way of the discipline, the monk discipline. There are 227 rules that a monk has to observe. So you need to be ordained by a group of monks, and then you have to study from them, live with them, until you become fully a real monk. And still you cannot go back and live at home. Monk has to live in monasteries, or they have to go wandering alone in the forest. They're not supposed to be living in the town and cities. That's not the place for monks to be living in. Tin Min Peng, dear Ajahn, is it possible for some people without much practice in samadhi meditation to see the past life while meditating? It's possible. Anything is possible. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So there's no fixed rule as to a person's ability to do something. Because in the past life, they might have accumulated the necessary conditions for them to do whatever they are doing right now. Sento Fiandi, Soti Hoti, Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. Sadhu. What's next? Okay. We have about another 16 minutes left. So there's still plenty of time for you to send in more questions if you like. I'll take a little drink right now first. It's been raining here all day long, from about last night until now. It keeps raining and it stopped, rain and stop. Right now it stops. It might start again pretty soon. This is anicca. The rain is a good sample of anicca, dukkha, anatta. But usually we don't have dukkha with the rain because we don't have cravings to control them. We accept them for what they are. We accept the rain when it comes. We accept the rain when it goes. We are not happy or sad because we have no cravings for them. So this is how we should deal with everything else, like our body. We should deal with the body like we deal with the rain. Let them be alone, leave them alone. look after them, look after the body if you can. But if you cannot look after the body, if the body wants to die or wants to get sick, you cannot stop them. You cannot stop the body. You just have to learn to live with this changing nature of the body. Like we learn to live with the changing nature of the rain. Then there will be no dukkha or stress in the mind. Sami Viachi, as a follow-up to my earlier question, if I finally chose to go and ordain and cut off my parents, would that have some negative repercussion for my ordained life? It depends on how you cut off your connection with your parents. If you have hatred, then this can have repercussion to you. But if you do it out of respect, out of the fact that you have to be alone, then there will be no negative repercussion for your ordained life. Yeah, don't leave them out of hatred, but leave them because you have to. You have to go and do a certain duty for yourself. Become a monk, and there will be no negative repercussion. Always try to learn to love your parents. Think of the good things that they have done for you. Just don't think about the bad things. You have to understand that people do good and bad things all the time. So try to look at the good side. Then you can have love for them and respect for them. Himlata, can you tell me about? I'm sorry, I don't think I can. Even the word, this is the first time I come across. So I'm sorry, I have to skip this question. Tan Siu Hong, Satu, Satu. Lee Kim Lim, Satu, Satu. Leong Yu Meng, it is drizzling now in Ajahn Alam, Malaysia. Otherwise, it is very hot. Metta, thank you. Angel Pui, my question. I did meditation to feel so painful on my sitting. I used Putto, but this morning I could not go over the pain. Can you advise, please? You just have to keep staying with your Putto. If you stop, then you will not be able to go over your pain. If you don't stop, you will eventually be able to go over your pain. So keep reciting Putto. Don't stop, because when you stop, then the pain becomes unbearable. But if you keep reciting the Putto, the pain will become bearable and eventually will not bother you. Cass Lim, how can we overcome fear of death? By accepting death, by understanding that death occurs in the body, not in the mind. The mind doesn't die with the body, and you are part of the mind, you are not part of the body. So when the body dies, it doesn't affect you really. Chu Jin, good afternoon and my respect to Tan Ajahn. Nice to hear from you again. I'm from Malaysia. Thank you. Alvin Lee, good afternoon Tan Ajahn. Thanks very much for your teaching. Satu, Satu. Greetings from Kuala Lumpur. Dai Ban Chang, Satu, Satu. Kwan Lee Man, dear Ajahn, thank you for the answer. Actually, the nephew is 4 years old, and I'm helping my brother to take care of him, even on weekends because he needs to work. We send him to school, but other time I am stuck with him. This is dukkha because I want my own times to practice. Yes, if you really want to practice bad enough, you'll find a way. You can find somebody to look after your nephew or send him back to your parents from time to time when you need to be away. They'll understand. I think you don't want to practice hard enough. You just want to talk about wanting to practice to make you feel good. That's all. Because if you really want to practice, nothing can stop you. Person with Chinese character. Dear Ajahn, I sometimes, or should I say many times, dream of things happening ahead in months or years, and then in real life just happen along the way. Why is this happening to me? That's because you have special gift, I guess. You don't have to know why, just know what. Just to know what. Know that you have this and try to make use of it for the benefit of yourself and other people if you can. Simon Yeo, dear John, for Dana, I have been regularly donating to the monastery and charity work to the poor and needy. For Sila, I am still trying to observe the 5 precepts. To develop wisdom, I know it's good to meditate, which is something I am new to. Can you share some pointers on meditation for a beginner? Thank you. To meditate, you have to have mindfulness. You have to be able to stop your mind from thinking, from wandering around. So you need to focus your mind on something in your daily activity. Focus on your body. Keep watching your body, every movement. Don't let your mind go someplace else. Or you can use the mantra, Bhutto Bhutto, to stop your mind from wandering, from thinking about other things. Then when you have time to meditate, you just sit down, close your eyes, and keep watching your breath at the tip of your nose. Just know the breath when it comes in, know the breath when it goes out. Don't have to follow the breath in and out. Stay at one point at the tip of your nose. And just be watchful or mindful of your breath. And don't think about other things. If you can do this, your mind will become steadily calmer, and eventually become perfectly still and happy. Another question from a person with Chinese character. Dear Ajahn, I sometimes, or should I, I think you sent this question already. Sorry, I look at the wrong, because the comment keep moving around, so I have to see where I am now. Okay, Angel Pui, Satu, Kwan Li Man, but I make sure I spend time to meditate in the morning and evening when my brother is at home. Okay, do as much as possible. It's up to you. Meditation is a personal choice. No one can decide for you. You have to decide for yourself how much you want to meditate. All right. We have about 6 more minutes left in our meeting today. Right now it's quiet. The rain has stopped, so I think there is no sound to disturb our conversation here. But we only have about 6 minutes left. So if you have any questions, you can still send them in. Simon Yu, Satu. Person with Chinese character, Satu. Chin Ming Peng, thank you Ajahn. My friend always tells me he sees his past lives in order every time he goes into meditation state. He said he is destined to be a monk and cannot live the life of a layman with a family. And I noticed he always suffered an illness or something bad happened to him whenever he got into relationship with someone. Is it possible, Ajahn? And is there a way to overcome this? Thank you. You have your own will to do things. Nothing can dictate your life. The things that will dictate your life is your own will. So you have to use your own willpower to decide what you want to do. Other things are only secondary influence. The real influence is your willpower, whether you want to really do it or not. If you really want to do anything, nothing can stop you from doing it. ขวัญปทุมนภาสาธุมุทิตายงสาธุอัจฉาสันโทพิทักษ์สุนทรพิทักษ์ Dear Ajahn, could you please give suggestion how can I forward your teaching to my friend? Why he think that I am trying to teach him? Well, if he think you're trying to teach him, then you stop. That means he doesn't want you to send him any teaching. So don't force the teaching upon other people. The teaching is really for you, intended for you only, not for you to spread it to other people who doesn't want them. But if they want them, then you can share this teaching to them. If they don't want, then you should stop. Irene Ui, good afternoon, Ajahn. Sadhu, sadhu. Cheryl Teo, sadhu. Thank you, Ajahn. Andy Kai, Namaskaran, Ajahn. Ajahn, what is the meaning of soul? I think that the soul is really the mind or the spirit. Kim Echua, Prajan, sadhu. Sami Riachi. Seems to me that no matter how badly someone abuses us, we should never allow anger to form toward that person, or even attempt to leave them or stay away from them. Is that correct, Ajahn? It's all right to leave them, stay away from them if they are a threat to your life or a threat to your peace and happiness. You can stay away from them, but you should not have any hatred toward them. Look at the Buddha. He was tried to kill by Devadatta 3 times, and he always forgive Devadatta for what he tried to do. Never have any anger toward Devadatta. You don't have to be angry toward other people who are bad to you. It only hurts you when you are angry, not the person that you are angry with. So don't be angry. Be loving, be kind, be nice, because it will make you feel good. Only when our way life is in danger, we can leave and go somewhere else. Because the Buddha said that once to Ananda. That's right. If they are a threat to your life, then you can leave them. But if they are not, and if they still need your help, and if you can help them, you should help them. But if you really have to go and to practice meditation, it's okay also, as far as I'm concerned. You can leave them. But if by leaving them will cause them harm, then you should try to find someone to replace yourself first before you leave them. Liang Yu Meng, thank you, Ajahn, for the live Q&A Dhamma sharing session. Can benefit a lot from this. You're welcome. Jinilin Pua, Sadhu Sadhu Anumodanami. Sim Chun Leong, Ajahn, I feel my view and perception is corrupted by the worldly environment and people. Is it possible to bring the mind back to pure and clean state by still living in the city as a lay person? You have to meditate until you enter into jhana. That's when your mind will be pure, be clean temporarily. So try to do a lot of meditation to get into the 4th jhana. Kwan Liman, thank you very much, Ajahn. Yes, if I have a strong willpower, nothing should stop me. That's right. Angel Pui, thank you very much for Ajahn for teaching and advise me, and wish you a good health and enjoy your day. Anumodana sadhu to all of you. With everyone, enjoy the Sunday. Sami Riachi, thank you so much, Ajahn. Today was very helpful for me. You're welcome. Alisa Teng, thank you, Ajahn, on today's teaching and your time. You're welcome. I'm always happy to teach you or to share the Dhamma teaching with you. I hope that you can benefit from this meeting. Well, looks like that's about all the time we have right now. It's 1 hour and 1 minute. So I have to call this meeting to an end. Oh, there's another question from Tony Yip. Dear Ajahn, good afternoon. Is the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya come together when we practice? Thank you. You practice them one separately. You practice Sila, you practice Samadhi, and you practice wisdom. Not all at the same time. When you first start, you practice Sila, learn how to practice Sila, then learn how to practice Samadhi, then learn how to practice Panya. Once you know how to practice, then these three will come together automatically. Okay, thank you very much for your time, for joining this meeting. I hope you can benefit from this meeting and will help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay happy and peaceful by continuing doing mindfulness and practicing meditation. If all goes well, I will see you again next week, at around the same time or a little bit later. So you have to be patient. The time is getting later and later every day now. As far as the sunlight is concerned, the sun will not rise as early as it used to be. So anyway, I'll see you next week if all goes well. Thank you and goodbye.